What's up everybody? Welcome back. So we are continuing to test more spice picks in the Halloween Cup. It's been so much fun trying out all these interesting Pokemon in this brand new meta. And in today's video, I'm going to be showcasing Mismagius along with Wigglytuff in the Halloween Cup. Now Mismagius and Wigglytuff form a really solid combination because Wigglytuff provides perfect coverage and protection against Mismagius's ghost and dark type weaknesses, and Mismagius provides protection against Wigglytuff's poison type weakness, right? And of course, Azumarill is the tank which basically holds this team together, and this is arguably one of the best set of battles that I did. Every battle basically came down to the wire, and it was just such a fun team to run. So let's just get straight into it. Okay, moving on to the first battle here. I'm going to be leading with Azumarill, with Mismagius and Wigglytuff in the back. And also I'm going to be running Hex as the fast move on Mismagius, along with Shadow Ball and Dark Pulse. So we have Azumarill into a Shiftry. This is not a good matchup at all. We'll have to wait and see if it's Snarl or Bullet Seed. It is Bullet Seed, so that makes it even worse. So I'm actually going to switch into my Mismagius to catch the Leaf Blade here. It's still going to do a lot of damage because Mismagius is extremely glassy. They make a switch into their Wigglytuff and they're probably going to charm us down here. So this is not a great position to be in. So I'm going to come back in with Azumarill and then go straight for the Hydro Pump here. There's a good chance they probably might not shield this. They're probably going to think this is just an Ice Beam and they let that go through, which is great. That does about 60% of Wigglytuff's health there. So I'm not going to shield the play rough because we can definitely survive it. Still going to do a lot of damage there. So I was trying to bubble down, but the charm damage is definitely adding up. And now it's basically up to my Wigglytuff against their full health Pokemon. Two full health Pokemon, two shields basically. So they have a Toxicroak in the back. So again, we're both doing neutral damage to each other. But the charm damage is definitely adding up, as you can see, because Toxicroak is pretty glassy. So I'm definitely going to shield this up and then try and charm down. And yeah, I'm really hoping that whatever is in the back is extremely weak to Wigglytuff and they have a Shiftry in the back. This is perfect. Look at the amount of damage Charm is doing. Charm damage is really adding up and we're able to charm down before they could even get off a charge move. So understandable why they didn't throw a charge move because we still had a shield. So they're probably building up to two back-to-back Leaf Blades to throw, but we basically survived like 1 HP and we were able to take the win there. So definitely got out of jail in that one. I mean, kind of got away with it. But anyways, getting into the second battle here, we have Azumarill into Haunter. So this is, again, a pretty neutral matchup. I do have to watch out for Sludge Bomb in this matchup. So I'm definitely going to shield the first one because I don't want to get hit by a Sludge Bomb. And it's just a Shadow Punch, unfortunately. So I'm assuming they're running Shadow Punch and Shadow Ball. So what I'm going to do right now is they're probably going to throw the Shadow Ball next. So I'm going to try and switch into my Wigglytuff to catch the Shadow Ball because it's double resisted because of the normal typing. So I'm hoping this is a Shadow Ball and not a Sludge Bomb. Luckily, it's a Shadow Ball, which is great because we managed to waste some energy there. They actually make a switch into their Alolan Marowak. So this is not a good matchup for us because Charm damage is resisted because of the fire typing. But it's not overwhelmingly in favor of Alolan Marowak either because they're going to basically have to rely on Bone Clubs and Fire Spins because, again, Shadow Ball is double resisted. So they're going to throw another Bone Club here, which is probably going to finish off my Wigglytuff or come close to it actually, but we're not able to get to an Ice Beam, which is absolutely fine because I'm going to come back in with a Azumarill and then try and bubble down here. Yeah, this is probably going to be a Shadow Ball, which is going to put us pretty low. And yeah, I'm just going to build up a little extra energy and then actually I'm going to switch into my Mismagius and then try and Hex down before they can get to a charge move. This is perfect because we're slightly ahead on energy right now and they come in with Drapion. So this is, again, not a great matchup because both Shadow Ball and Dark Pulse are resisted because of the dark typing on Drapion or Drapion, however you pronounce it. But anyways, yeah, it still does a lot of damage there, as you can see, because Mismagius has a pretty high attack stat. It's pretty glassy. So I'm definitely going to shield this up because Crunch would have definitely KO'd at that point. They make a switch into Haunter. So I'm immediately going to go for the Dark Pulse here. Let's see if they want to shield this. They actually do want to shield that. And then we face a little bit of lag there simultaneously, but we're able to Hex down, which is great. And now I have a Dark Pulse ready to go. So I'm immediately going to go for it. This is going to put the Drapion pretty low. And then I'm immediately going to switch into my Azumarill and throw the Ice Beam because we have so much loaded energy. And then this is definitely going to finish off Drapion there. So as you can see, that was extremely close there. If I had let the Drapion farm my Mismagius down, then they probably would have had a charge move ready to go onto my Azumarill. So we were able to sort of take the win there. Anyways, moving into the third battle here, we are 2-0 in the set right now. And this team definitely has one significant weakness, which you'll see right now in this battle. It's probably one of the biggest weaknesses for this team and arguably the only weakness. But anyways, we have Azumarill into Drifblim. This is actually a pretty positive matchup and because we have Ice Beam, which is going to do super effective damage because of the flying typing. And I'm not going to shield this. This is going to be a Shadow Ball, which is going to do about 40% of Azumarill's health, which is fine. And yeah, going straight for the Ice Beam here. This is probably going to get the shield from the Drift Blim. Let's see what they decide to do. It does get the shield there. They actually make a switch into their Shadow Victory Bell, and this is... I have no answers to Victory Bell, right? This whole team kind of struggles against it. Razor Leaf's doing so much damage, but luckily we're able to get to a Dark Pulse just in time. I'm hoping they let this go through for some reason, but they obviously shield that up. And yeah, I mean, I just don't have any answers to Victory Bell. I'm going to come in with Wigglytuff. Wigglytuff obviously doesn't have a great matchup against Victory Bell because Charm is resisted. And I shield this up, and unfortunately, it's an Acid Spray, and that basically lowers our defense as well. And yeah, this is GG's at this point because Azumarill has almost no health left, and it's going to go down to Razor Leaf. So that was pretty much one-sided there. I mean, like, there's not a lot you can do with this particular team comp when you go up against Shadow Victory Bell. But again, no team is perfect, right? Every team kind of struggles against one or two Pokemon, but it can handle most of the meta, which I think is the most important thing. So anyways, we are moving into the fourth battle. We met with an Alolan Marowak, a very favorable lead again. So they're still staying in. So I'm expecting them to switch out at any point here. Yeah. This is definitely going to be a Shadow Ball, which is going to do about 30 to 40% of Azumarill's health, which is absolutely fine. I'm expecting them to switch out right now. They make a switch into their Wigglytuff, and I go straight in for the Hydro Pump here. So again, I'm hoping they let this go through because it's going to do massive damage. And now I'm going to switch into my Wigglytuff and then Charm down before they can get to another charge move. I'm expecting the Alolan Marowak to come back in here, and then I'm going to try and get to this Ice Beam as soon as possible. And luckily, we're able to get it off. Now, this is going to be resisted, but still going to do okay amount of damage. Let's see if this gets the shield. Does get the shield there, which is great. And they also decide to throw their charge move, which is even better. This is going to be Bone Club, which is going to come close to taking out Wigglytuff. Does take it out, which is absolutely fine. And then, yeah, I'm actually going to come in with Mismagius and then completely farm down and get ahead on energy. And I'm definitely going to shield this up because they have enough energy for a Shadow Ball. Luckily, we shield the Shadow Ball correctly, and let's see what they have in the back. They have a Clefable in the back. So I'm going immediately for the Shadow Ball here. This is going to do massive neutral damage. And yeah, as you can see, just about 80% of Clefable's health there. That is incredible, right? That's just because of Mismagius' high attack stat. And it ends up being a double KO there. I was actually trying to farm the Clefable down, but it's absolutely fine because I'm going to be able to come back with Mismagius and then hex the Alolan Marowak down. I didn't throw the charge move, obviously, because they still had a shield left. So yeah, that was a pretty close battle, as you can see there. So we are 3-1 in this set right now. Let's see if we can finish on a positive note and make it 4-1, because that would be pretty interesting, especially, I mean, going positive when you're trying out spice picks is always, it's always a good thing, right? So we have Azumarill into Swalot. This is not a good matchup because Swalot has access to Sludge Bomb, which is going to hit for super effective because of the fairy typing on Azumarill. So I'm going to let the first one go through because it's not going to KO, and also Infestation is doing very minimal damage. And I'm going straight for the Hydro Pump here. Most people don't like to shield their Swalot because it's extremely tanky. So you can definitely tank a Hydro Pump there, as you can see. And they're probably going to get to another Sludge Bomb. I'm definitely going to shield this. And then I'm going to try and bubble this Swalot down before they can get to another charge move. Let's see if we can do that. Really trying to bubble it down here. But unfortunately, they're able to get off a charge move with like 1 HP left. So at this point, I basically have to double shield. This is not a good situation to be in because we're down 2 shields. And again, Mismagius is extremely glassy and definitely needs shield advantage. But they actually come in with Scrafty, which tells me that whatever is in the back is also weak to Azumarill. So they probably have an Alolan Marowak in the back. So I'm going to try and go for the Ice Beam. Does get the shield there. And then I was trying to get to a Hydro Pump, but I decided to go for the Ice Beam because they're probably close to a charge move. In hindsight, I probably could have gone for the Hydro Pump, but it's fine. They don't shield that, which is okay. And charge move coming through. If it is a Power-Up Punch, it's not going to KO. It's going to come close to taking us out though, but I'm actually going to switch into my Wigglytuff and then delete this Scrafty, right? Of course, Scrafty is double weak to Poison, double weak to Fairy, beg your pardon, because of the Dark and Fighting typing. And they have an Alolan Marowak in the back as expected. And then, again, I'm really trying to get to an Ice Beam and I want to get their final shield here to stand any chance. So I'm going, yeah, they're able to get to another Bone Club. This is going to put us pretty low, but I'm hoping that I can get off this charge move before going down. And then I'm able to get to an Ice Beam just in time here. And this is probably going to get the shield from the Alolan Marowak, even though it's resisted because they want to preserve the health on it. Gets the shield, which is perfect. And then now I know they have so much loaded energy. This is not a good situation to be in because my Azumarill has no health whatsoever. So I'm going to actually come in with Mismagius and I'm going to have to catch the Shadow Ball with my Azumarill, right? I'm going to switch into Azumarill just in time there. And this is probably going to be a Shadow Ball. And this is definitely going to take out Azumarill. So we managed to time the sack perfectly. And then now I'm going to be able to get to this Dark Pulse, which is going to do super effective damage because of the Ghost typing and take out the Alolan Marowak. So I basically needed to time this attack perfectly. There are a lot of times where I've been like one fast move off, but I needed to get that perfectly because Shadow Ball would have pretty much one-shot the Mismagius, and then Azumarill basically had no health or energy to kind of do anything in that matchup. So it's a good thing we actually saved a little health on Azumarill that, I was able to kind of use it as a sack swap. So as you can see, some pretty intense close battles there. It was so much fun trying out this team and sort of testing it out against different matchups. And it's probably definitely a team that I would recommend. Mismagius isn't the most valuable ghost type Pokemon. You could probably try Haunter or Gengar instead as well, but it was definitely a fun Pokemon to try out. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed it. That's it for today's video. I have another really interesting team comp for tomorrow's video as well, so stay tuned for that. And thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.